With BlizzCon just around the corner and the potential of WoW Classic Plus on our minds, we're all wondering what's in store for WoW Classic at BlizzCon? On October 27th, the schedule for BlizzCon was made public. What we can see is that there is a whole hour dedicated to discussing WoW Classic. During this time, it's possible they'll reveal. As I see it, there are three possible scenarios based on my criteria. First scenario, a new season of Mastery. Perhaps they'll do it as usual, where Season of Mastery involves starting a fresh server and making some changes, with the purpose of trying out changes to the vanilla base game. Previously, there was a Season of Mastery in November 2021 that many of you may remember, where they altered things like the difficulty of bosses and introduced restrictions, such as not allowing war buffs in these raids. And as you'll also recall, unfortunately it was a server flop that barely lasted a month. People weren't keen on PvP grind or committing to raiding. But regarding this, there's an interview mentioning a fresh release around Christmas or early 2024. However, with no official news, it would be disappointed if, amid the immense hype surrounding Classic Plus and BlizzCon, an annual showcase of major releases, it turns out to be another fresh start with minor changes. All of this further overshadowed by the release of Cataclysm during that dedicated Classic hour. Now, if they go ahead with this, what's the purpose of releasing a Season of Mastery? Is it merely to provide a fresh start, and that's it? Is this what they will showcase at the company's largest annual exposition? Let's hope it doesn't come to that. It would be very disappointing. The second scenario would be them announcing a teaser, revealing some title, logo or artwork from the new vanilla project. Without any progress, updates or new content, they would solely discuss a new piece of content in their announcement, WoW Classic Awakening, as we know it, just to build hype and demonstrate what they are actively working in this new project. This case isn't as bad as the previous one, as it shows they are developing something new for WoW Classic. The third case, which I believe is the best but perhaps less likely based on my criteria, would be them directly addressing Classic Plus. This would include discussing the changes they plan to implement, release dates, and some other exciting details. My perspective is that the project lead hasn't made significant progress yet, and that's why they might refrain from sharing news about a project without solid foundations. I believe it's a prudent decision to avoid premature releases as seen at the beginning of Battle for Azeroth in retail. But if they do announce it, it means the Classic Plus project is quite advanced, which would be excellent news in my opinion. Now, what I expect to happen is most likely they'll announce the Season of Mastery, meaning a fresh start that might work for a couple of months, unless they figure out how to make it enjoyable or meet expectations. With this, they wouldn't announce a possible Classic Plus, as they would cover all of that in that dedicated hour. However, what I don't think will happen is them announcing only Cataclysm, given it's an hour dedicated to Classic and it's too little time to cover everything. Although they might announce it and later discuss WoW Classic Plus, providing information about the project such as its release date and more. Being honest and speaking for all those who play Classic, we have to be realistic and consider these possible scenarios. The hype surrounding WoW Classic Plus is significant, and there are many people who get carried away by what they would love to see introduced. Sometimes it doesn't align with their expectations, leading to disappointment. Transforming all that hype into hate, rejection or frustration for not getting what they wanted is a common trend, as seen with Warcraft Reforged. It's crucial for us to be realistic, cautious in these situations, and use our reasoning to assess things rather than getting carried away. In summary, while we hope for news about WoW Classic Plus, as I mentioned, I find it less likely. There's a chance they might introduce another fresh start without much sense, adding mediocre changes just for a 2-month play and then moving on. Let's hope not.